It never looks it, but I tell you something, that's quite steep. It is very sketchy getting up here. I couldn't leave him, but even with two hands, yeah, it's well and truly stuck. I tell you something, that's the last thing I need at the end of the day. But like I said, I couldn't leave him. Man, that is steep going down there. So welcome to a very, very chilly lake district, and as per, I'm in shorts. Not a breath of wind, not a breath of wind, but I'll tell you something, there is a definite draft. I haven't a clue where it's coming from, I sure as hell know where it's going, so I won't be hanging around. I want to get moving. But doing two brand new Wainwrights today. One of them just over 900 metres, the other one just under 900 metres, and that is Grains Gill and Esk Pike. Anyway, let's get moving and we'll have a big chat on the way up. Two mistakes made. First one was last night. Just as I was going to bed, I realised I hadn't charged the drone up. What I did charge up was 3 GoPro batteries, because last week when I was out, my Volta broke. Unfortunately, when I got here today, apart from the one in the camera, the other two, I've left them at home. So thankfully, I've got a power bank with us. I always take with us, mainly to keep my phone charged up. But today, it's going to come in very handy keeping this GoPro battery charged up as well. And I've just stopped here because last time we were down here, we were climbing up to Glaramara, up the notorious Pine Gill route. I remember standing up there and thinking, well, there's Glaramara there. No, way back and up and higher from there. Yeah, that was a fun day. Long day, tiring day. Thinking about today, I chopped and changed this route more times. Initially, I was going to do Grains Gill, I was going to do Esk Pike, and because I've got Bowfell and Russet Pike to do as well, I was thinking about including a Russet Pike. Anyway, that got knocked on the head. I then decided I would also include on the way back this here Seathwaite Farm. Basically, when you drop down from either one of them two, you're literally almost on the top of Seathwaite Farm. I have done Seathwaite Farm before. Did it with a couple of mates, but it's got to be 30 years ago, so obviously didn't get filmed. I thought a perfect opportunity to film it. Then I thought again, honestly, this is what happens when I'm planning a route. No, I did ask my son if he fancied coming tomorrow, Saturday, the only day that he can come, but unfortunately he was working. So I thought, hey, that would be a great one for me and my son to do together. I'm going to leave Seathwaite Farm and we'll do that at some point in the future together, and I'll film it then as well. So just the two today, and look at that there. So up there we've got Allen Crags and the route I walked from Glaramara, which was a lot more difficult than I was expecting. But I did enjoy it. It was a fantastic day, a tiring day. I really was tired when I got back, but I didn't have to enjoy it. Looks like today the weather is going to be fantastic as well. We are forecast full sun all day. I kind of see a cloud in the sky, and really starting to warm up there now. So I'm going to keep on ploughing on. On the way up, every time I stop, I think I might answer quite a few questions because I've got so many of them, and it's only fair that, you know, people have asked a question and some have been waiting for a long time for an answer. So I'll try and answer as many as I can on the way up. Maybe just get a bit of view of that waterfall from here. And yeah, a very clear path to follow all the way up the valley. So where we are heading is up to Stockley Bridge. As soon as we get there, we're going to bear left straight away, take the path up to Grains Gill. So first question of the day, a few people have asked this, worst ever camping experience? I can think of a few actually, but I'll mention two. One solo, which was this year, and one with Mrs. METALMAN, which was about 12 years ago there now. Used to go down a festival, a 3-day space rock and blues festival down in Wales, and it was held at the farm. The first year we went down there, we camped First couple of years we went down there, we camped. The first year we got down there, set the tent up, big farmer's field. Oh, it was brilliant, setting up, people coming across, chatting. The weather was fantastic. I thought, wait a minute, is this Wales? Yeah, it is Wales. So got set up, got the camping chairs out, shorts on, shirt off, cans of cider out. Me and Mrs. Metalman sat there, loving life, knocking back the ciders, chatting with people that we knew. The bands were in a big farmer's cow shed, 100 foot long. All the way down the side was a bar. At the end was a stage. First band we saw down there was the Hawk Lords, which is an offshoot of the famous Hawkwind band. As we walked in, I said to Mrs. Metalman, I said, I tell you something, the band's overdone a bit with this dry ice. It was just this haze all over the place. Anyway, when we started walking through it, I thought, hey, wait a minute, this isn't dry ice. By the time I got to the front of the stage, my head was spinning, and it wasn't the cider either. We had a brilliant time, the weather was fantastic. Went back the next year, what a difference. It was cold, but not only that, it was wet. And camping in the cold and the wet is not fun. We went home, I think, a day early. The last band we saw on the second day was, I don't know if you remember him, The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. He was really good actually, but he didn't come on about 1 o'clock in the morning. So by the time he finished his set, it was something like about 2:30. As soon as you walked outside, it was absolutely bitter. By the time we got to our tent, oh man, it was cold. Gets in our sleeping bag, so try to get to sleep straight away. You know when somebody's like laughing, but they're trying to keep it in, so the whole body's shaking. So that's what Mrs. Metalman was doing. So I said, for goodness sake, I don't know what the hell you're laughing at. Can you stop it? I'm trying to get to sleep. She's laughing. So I'm absolutely freezing. Eventually we did get to sleep. I woke up about 6 o'clock, the last day of the festival. It was raining outside. Mrs. Metalman then woke up. I says, have you had a good night's sleep? She says, I've hardly slept a wink. I'm freezing cold. I says, right, let's get the tent up. Let's make our way home, which is what we did. So that was the last time Mrs. Metalman has been under canvas. We did go to the festival a few more years after that. There was a nice little country lane, and at the end of it, there was like a 6-bedroom house that was a bed and breakfast. So for the next couple of years, we booked in there. All our friends had the other rooms as well, so it was really nice to get up in the morning, have a nice long leisurely breakfast. They kept serving us tea, coffee, toast, as much as we wanted, and it was a brilliant way to start the day before we went down to enjoy the rest of the festival. So that was one time. The other time was this year. I went down to Wasdale. I booked for 2 nights of camping. Got there and climbed right next to Stockley Pike. So I started climbing up one way. I thought, oh, any second now, I'm going to come out of this mist. I'm going to look down, and it's going to be a lovely cloud inversion. It's going to be nice and sunny. Kept on climbing, kept on climbing. Mist, 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 mist. Couldn't see a thing. Got to the top, came down the nose, very, very bouldery, rocky, and dead steep as well. Honestly, I could hardly see a thing. Nothing got filmed. About 2 hours later, it started to rain, and it just never stopped. Got up the next day. Right, I'll do 3. Middlefells, Sea Talon, is it Buck Barrow? I got halfway up the first one, rain come back again. I didn't have a fall, but I had a slip. Didn't hurt myself, nothing like that, but I thought, that's it. That is it. Spat me dummy out, came back down, never climbed any of the 3, got back to the tent, threw everything in the car, soaking wet tent, and drove home. So that was my worst time camping. I was totally cheesed off. Paid for 2 nights, only had 1 night, and 1 night too much. So first question answered, and on the way up I'll answer a few more as well. You can see Stockley Bridge there. Now this is the point here, when we go through that gate, you can go up the path there. 2 lads there going up there, should take you to the Styhead Tarn. We're not going to do that. We're going to take a left, and we're going to walk up the gill here and go up that way. You're constantly gaining height all the time, but you're doing it at a very, very gentle pace, so you haven't got that really steep ascent slapping you in the face straight away. That comes later. But at the moment, it's been very, very nice walking. I'm really enjoying it. Oh, what a fabulous old stone bridge this is. So that's the way we are heading. So you can see the path we've come up from, very clear. And again, following a great path up all the way up there. So we've got Seathwaite Fell up there. I don't know if that's the actual summit there. There's a higher point a bit further behind, but that's not the official Wainwrights summit. That's the one right at the end. Yeah, getting quite close there now to finishing the Wainwrights. Another question somebody asked us, how long is it taking you to do them? Well, it's difficult actually, because say 30 years ago I used to go out with a couple of lads who were doing the Wainwrights. So I did quite a few then, but it was only when I started my YouTube channel, which is what, 7 years ago. Did a few before then with my son, started the channel, I did a couple more with my son. But when I first started 7 years, I had no intention of doing all 214 of them. And again, we'll come up from, I know 3 days ago when I was out, I bumped into 3 couples and 2 individual people who on the way around stopped us, says, I watch your channel, which was really nice of them. What was especially nice is when every single one of them turned around and said how much they enjoyed it. Yeah, so it's always nice when somebody stops you and says they watch your videos and tell you how much they enjoy them as well. What's even better, when they all turn out to be such nice people as well. That really does make my day. Well, before I set off again, another question. Now this was, I remember, Ashley Arnold, favourite tarn in the Lake District. For me, there may be better looking ones, but for me, favourite tarn is Scales Tarn, underneath Blencathra. I don't know, it's just such a magical place for me. It's a place, whenever I've done Blencathra, got to Scales Tarn, it's always been a place to sit down, have a bite to eat, and also look up in awe at Sharp Edge. Because yeah, I've been over it 4 times. Every time I've gone over it, I've been really nervous going over it. And nerves is a good thing. It makes you concentrate. And you need to concentrate over there. But you don't really get a perspective of what that drop's like until you sat down at Scales Tarn. And when you look up there and you see these little ants going over there, wow, that is a place you do not want to drop down from. So for me, Scales Tarn is my favourite tarn. So as I think of them, I'll answer a few more on the way up when I stop. And still this path goes on and on up the valley. We're not bothered. You can see the hillricks down there, they're not bothered. And as we're walking up, that looks like our first summit of the day. Great end up there, and just over the edge of that ridge is just peeping up, if I'm pointing the right place, Esk Pike. But while I've stopped, change around a bit, I think I'll give a channel shout out. And it's to a fantastic channel, I really enjoy them. OB's, God, what is it? Either way, it's Shell and Pete. I'll put the channel name underneath, and I'll put a link to their channel in the description as well. What a great channel it is. I really enjoy. They've only got something like about 600-700 subscribers. I can't understand it. I can never understand it. They do such a good video. Both of them are very, very likable as well. Come across really well. Nice bit of banter between them. They go to some fantastic places, not only Lake District, but they go up to Scotland, the Highlands as well. And they do lots of hikes when they go abroad. They'll get a local taxi driver, find out a local walk, drive for miles and miles up in the mountains. The taxi driver will then drop them off and arrange to meet them about 7 or 8 hours later. They walk some absolutely fabulous places. So I tell you something, if you've never met Shell and Pete, go over and check the channel out. It's absolutely fantastic. I'll guarantee you'll really enjoy it. A lot of wild camping. They'll do a lot of wild swimming, skinny tipping as well. Yeah, that's got your attention, hasn't it? Yeah, but so many things they do on their channel. I just don't get why they haven't got a hell of a lot more subscribers. Anyway, hopefully if you go over, check them out and give them a subscription, they'll start getting somewhere near the subscribers that they deserve. So a really nice wooden bridge this time. You can see the waterfall up there. That sun is starting to break over the ridge tops. Either way, that's our destination for the day. Well, one of them anyway. And another little waterfall there, with one further behind. Well, while I've got the accompaniment of the little stream there, maybe it's a good time to answer another question. I can't remember what it was. What's the 3 essentials you always have in your camping pack? Yeah, I've got them with us today actually, but I always do have them. 1, power bank. Always have a power bank, even in midsummer. So that's number 1. Number 2, I've just took it off, a fleece. Still like summerish weather. Forecast, full sun all day. Still got a fleece. In the mornings, getting a bit chilly there now. Last one I always have with us is a waterproof. Again, it says 0% chance of rain today where we are. Having said that, Seathwaite in the Burradale Valley is the wettest place in England. So whether the forecast says a 0% chance of rain or not, I always have a waterproof with us. Got a waterproof jacket, and I've also just reinforced that about a month ago with one of these waterproof ponchos that not only covers you, but covers your backpack as well. So the poncho covers everything over. All right, you look a bit of a tool, but I can live with that if I know everything's been kept dry. So they're the 3 things I always have, no matter what time of the year, in my backpack: power bank, fleece, and waterproof jacket. I'm never going to get to the top of this valley at this rate. But every time you turn around a different corner, you're seeing something that you just got to stop, gaze at. And while you're gazing at it, you think, I might as well film that as well. Great end, looking very imposing in the distance. So every now and again the path stops and it's replaced by a giant slab of rock. But usually once you get over there, the path resumes again. And still we're going up and up. The very warm breeze from a few weeks back has now been replaced by a real chilly one. So it's one of them days, as long as you keep moving, you're fine. The second you stop, you start to cool down straight away. So I'm going to keep moving. So we're just hugging the side of the fell all the way up. Better view of dirt and water there now in the background. Yeah, so many reasons to enjoy this path coming up here. It's been great. Never ending, but great. And we must be getting close to the top of the valley there now. What a view into the valley as well. So at the top there now of this valley, way over in the distance we see dirt and water, and I think way back there is Glaramara. The closer we get to this, the higher it looks. So we're not going the direct route, we're heading around here on a path, and then we will be walking up on the ridge for a very well deserved rest. So yeah, so it's took us longer than I thought it was going to walk up here. It's been a very enjoyable walk, but it took us about 2.5 hours from the farm to get here. Yeah, I know I've been filming and that, and which does take a bit of time. And another question a few people have asked, how much footage do you take on a hike? Well, to be honest, I always take at least an hour. And when you think I don't walk and film, I stop and film, otherwise I never fall flat on my face. So at least an hour. If you see a long video, you know it's been a hell of a lot more than that. Having said that, most of it is complete rubbish, so it ends up in the bin. Now you might turn around and say, what, this isn't rubbish? You may well be right, but either way, what you see is what you get. I think we've got great table there. One of my favourite fells, to answer somebody else's question. Getting them all in today. A river crossing here. You get up there and there's a path. So I don't know if you can see just through them little mounds over there. sprinkling time, and behind it is a path going all the way along there to the summit of Seathwaite Farm. I mean, look at that there. Amazing how that's been formed over the centuries. Fantastic. Anyway, this is the path we're going up, and that's the ridge we'll be walking up. Good to see the sun breaking through again, because a couple of minutes ago it was looking very murky indeed. But look at these views back, and this is why I always like to stop and have a look back and all. Absolutely brilliant. I'm loving them. Well, good 10-15 minute chat there with a young lad all the way from London. He's with a big group, they're all doing Stockley Pike. So he's in the middle waiting for the one guy right at the back. Poor lad, nothing worse being at the back of me in a group. And another 5-minute chat to the group straggler. Poor lad, felt sorry for him. There's nothing worse being in a group when you're the last person. Either way, best of luck to him. There's the path. I've come up all the way around underneath Great End. 3 lovely young ladies just gone past there. Quick couple of minutes, and as I walk past, a lovely smell of perfume. Oh, that's what I love about walking with women. Don't get that with men. Well, that's the way we've come up. Path lane is up there. It's the first time I've seen a split. So, as far as I'm concerned, that must be a Great End path. Fingers crossed it is, because if it's not, I'm sure somebody will tell us. Or at least there's somebody else going where I'm going, because everybody else I've talked to. All heading up there, just through the middle there, see the top of Stockley Pike. There's stacks of them up there. Anyway, I've been up there twice. I've never done it from this side though, I must admit, so I will do next year now. Either way, there's the next one. Haven't said that, never mind the next one. Still got this one to do yet. God knows how long we've been going. And still they're coming up. All heading that way. And you can see it in the distance. Stockley Pike, the highest summit in England. That's where we are heading. That's a very sedate pace. Very nice 10-15 minute chat to a young lad there who's rebuilding his confidence. Apparently he had a very nasty fall, he's very lucky on a scramble a while ago, so he's just rebuilding that confidence. So best of luck to him. Dead canny lad. And there's so many different summits up here. I've been to that one, I've been to that one, but apparently this one is the adopted summit. It's not the highest one. I said it doesn't matter, I've been to them all. But apparently this one here is the adopted summit, and I'm hoping when we get there for some absolutely spectacular views, and then we'll turn around and head over to there for the final one of the day, Esk Pike. Right, got to be careful of getting over here. Last time I was out walking over the rocks like this, I got my pole stuck, fell backwards, fell back onto a rock, which hurt. So I don't want to do that today. Well, that's something over there, or maybe it's that one over there, might be a couple of inches higher. But at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, this is the summit of Great End. Something like about 907 metres. I'll put whatever the correct height is down below. But oh, that wind. Oh yeah. Oh. At last. Anyway, let's have a look at the view. So all the way from Stockley Pike at the top, all the way around. And in the distance you see where I was last week, the Langdale Valley. But oh, this is fantastic. Always worth all the hard work, always worthwhile getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, when it's dark, when it's cold, when you're driving over them moors, it's thick of fog, and you think, what the hell am I doing this for? And then you see that. And that's exactly what you're doing it for. Unbelievable. So down there you can see the way we came up. You can see Sprinkling Tarn down there, Stye Head Tarn down there. Right, sit down there, charge me GoPro up, charge me phone up, and a damn good break. Before we head on to the next one, and the last one, and then the long walk back to the car, and as always, the even longer journey back home. The bit I don't like. A quick chat with a lovely young lady there, and she was carrying something in her arms, and I wonder what it was. Turns out it's a little baby. But must only be a couple of months old. Anyway, she said, I've got to keep moving, because as soon as I stop moving, he wakes up. Anyway, she's heading to Esk Pike, which is exactly where I'm heading. So shall see you on the top. Either way, I've had a good break there, really enjoyed it. Just wandering around up here looking at all these views. So a very rubbly surface up here. So hopefully that young lady got across alright. Well, there is a patch actually just over there, which is very flat and very grassy as well, because when I was coming up this morning I bumped into a young lad, a massive big camping pack, and he'd been wild camping up here last night. Yeah, so there's one very flat and grassy patch. The rest, not a cat and mouse chance. We were up there way back the other side. Another group of ladies there. This must be these ladies who lunch group. Anyway, there's the path. And there's the next one that we're going up there now, so I must remember that first bit is a false summit, so I won't be too disappointed when I get there. Right, we're back to this junction again. So up there for Great End, over there, up there for Scafell. But when you get to the top of that ridge, Scafell is towards the left and it's right back over there. We're heading up this way for my final one of the day. Alan Cragg's over there, and there's my route home and down the valley, heading towards Derwentwater. Bit of hard work to do now, so the jacket is coming off. Well, a very rubbly, rocky path up here. I'm just following these two ladies up, to be quite honest. Seem like they know where they're going. I'll send them up as my advance party, making sure the route ahead is clear. So the ladies seem to be getting a little bit stuck. Now, should I climb up there? I'm going to look a right tool if I go up there and get stuck and then walk around there. It's a nice easy path. Well, I overtook the two young girls, a little bit of a chat to them on the way up. It's just been following me nose all day, and so far it hasn't let us down. There was a little hands and feet bit down there, then went further round, went up that way. I went hands and feet, managed to get up, bumped into them. I said, what was your route like? Just as bad as yours. A little bit more rocky, and as I remember, that's not the summit there. So the path has taken us around the side of the fell, and luckily that wind has dropped there now. So I feel pretty comfortable walking around here. And oh, look at that down there. Isn't that fabulous? Anyway, this is the way we're heading. And the path is not too bad to follow. Hopefully it continues that way. Well, all of a sudden it stops. So it looks like it's hands and feet up here. And a tight little gully up here, mate. Either way, that's the way we're heading. A bit of haze over the fells there now. Got up that rocky hands and feet bit. That looks like the summit up there. So a bit more scrambling to get up to the top of there. And then once we're up there, I've got to come all the way back down. So I must remember this route back. So, right, remember that if I forget. Right, come on, final push. Whoop. Remember my route down for us, will you? Nothing. Either way, come on. Let's get up there. So just making sure the ladies got up safely, which they have. And the final push, or climb, or scramble to get up there. Once up there, all I've got to do is get back down again. Hopefully in one piece. Right, let's get up the rocks of doom. It never looks it, but I'll tell you something, that's quite steep. It is very sketchy getting up here. Well, it's for me anyway. Well, Esk Pike, as far as we're concerned, we've been up there, we've been over there, and just for luck we've touched over there. So we must have touched the top somewhere. Either way, it's starting to really cloud in there now. See over at Bowfell there, which I've still got to do, or the mist coming in. So I won't be hanging around up here. Quick couple of photographs and then heading back down again, especially with all that cloud coming in. And on the way down there now. Oh God, you made it. Fantastic. There goes that lovely lady again, really nice she was. But carrying that baby all the way up here, God blimey. Fingers crossed she gets back home safely. Either way, talk about safely, fingers crossed I get down here safely. Right, that's the way we're heading. Oh, man, that is steep. Going down there, and this bit up here, it's like the bum shuffle down, most of it. I just hope that young lass is not coming down this way. Either way, where that guy's heading, that's the way I'm heading. That's my track back down, and in the distance I can see the track home to my beautiful Mrs. Metalman. I always look forward to seeing her when I get back. Oh, that wind. Oh. Right, stop putting it off, come on, let's get down here. So I thought I'd throw the poles down there, and I need both my hands here. So I went down there, put this on here, and that rolled nearly with me as well. Right, I think I'll bum shuffle down this bit. That's all happening today, mate. Right, we've got to navigate our way through the rock and down, and there's our path. Well, I didn't enjoy going up there, and I enjoyed it even less coming down. Anyway, where them two guys are, three guys, that's where we're heading. Any advice I'll give on this route, or this fell, make sure you do it on a nice clear day, because if the clag's in, very difficult to navigate. I would suggest, thankfully we've got a great day, and yeah, it was nice sitting on the top of there. I wouldn't fancy climbing up there again, well, not today anyway. Yeah, it's funny how the wind drops when I come round this side, just as well, mate, because you wouldn't want to get blown off here. Yeah, it's a long way down there. Right, come on. And back to the rocks again. Whew, well, down from there, as I remember, one more hands and feet to get to that path at the bottom. Hallelujah. Well, I am pleased to be down there. I came down the route, them guys are going up there actually, and quite clearly marked, to be fair, on the way down. It wasn't too bad. When I came up here, I talked to these two girls. Very nice girls they were. They had OS maps that was working on their phone, and they went around the side. And I looked up there and I thought, I think it's straight up, you know. Anyway, for the first time today, I never followed my nose, which has never ever let us down before. And I went around the side and all, lost the girls. They'd gone all the way around the side, so I just climbed up. And literally it was hands and feet. I was flat on my face, pulling myself up. So I wasn't looking forward to that on the way down. But followed the correct route on the way down, and a lot easier. So that was this afternoon's work. That was the morning's work. We're back here and there now, and it's downhill all the way. I like the sound of that. So now that we are on the way down, you get a good view of Seathwaite Fell, which is this one here. So that's why I was thinking about doing it this morning. I have done it before, many years ago, but obviously not filmed it. If you've done these two and you're on the way back to the farm and you haven't done that one, to be honest, it is an ideal time to do it because you've done all the climbing. But I think I'll leave that one for another day, hopefully with my son. Another nice walk up through the valley. Alan Craig's up there, and in the distance Glaramara, and look at the shadows on the side of the fells. Derwentwater in the distance, and that haze has been here all day. Has it spoiled the day? Not a cat and mouse chance. So that's where the path splits there. So that's the way I went last time, where them two lads are coming. This is the path I should have took. Crossed over here, around the corner. How did I miss it? As always, too busy talking to the camera. But I'm really looking forward to this walk back there now. Yeah, it is a long walk back, but we'll have great views down the valley. And the later I get back to the car, the quieter that A66 back over the moors is going to be. And there's our long walk back down through the valley, and way down there is the base parks. But I'm just going to take my time walking down there. It is downhill, but still I want to enjoy that. The sun is setting behind Great End now. Oh, I love all them shadows there on the side of the fell. Constantly moving all the time as the sun's coming in, going out, dropping down, and you hear the sound of the water. This is what it's all about. It is an absolute pleasure to walk down here. Honestly, it's fantastic looking down into that. Normally when I'm walking back somewhere, I've got my head down, it's one foot in the other. Slog, slog, slog. But not tonight. Yeah, I am tired there now, starting to get really tired. But having said that, there's a group of kids there just where I went up and passed. So one of them said, have you been to Stockley Pike? I said, no, I've been there a couple of times before, so I've been doing something different. I said, is that where you were heading? So they said, yeah. I tell you something, they've got a long way to go yet. And they looked even more tired than me. So best of British luck to them. You were supposed to wait for me at the top of Esk Pike and guide me down through them rocks. Never mind munching away. Nothing. Either way, I didn't need him anyway. Is it him or is it? I'm not bothered. I'm too tired. So Wainwright number 203. And around the corner, Wainwright number 204. Leaving 10 left. Bang on track for finishing next year. On my 70th birthday. We're not actually going to do it on my 70th birthday because that's in March. But I do want to leave it until, I think it's might be the third week in May, when Ashley Arnold and his wife is over on holiday. Ashley said last year, she said, make sure you save the last one till we're over here on holiday. And to be honest, after all the Wainwrights that I've walked with him and his wife, it is only fair, and I'm quite happy to leave that last one, which will be high rig. Initially I thought I would have it finished at this year, but the way the weather was, beginning of the year, not a cat and mouse chance. So if anybody wants to come along and share that moment with us, they'll be more than welcome. I keep saying, if all of a sudden Ashley and Andrea cannot get over, I might end up stood on high rig by myself. Anyway, let's wait and see. Well, I wonder what this bridge was down here. A nice crossing for all the sheep that want to get the other side of the fell. Well, the farmer's got his quad bike stuck in the mud. Every time them wheels start spinning, there's a fountain of mud and he is covered. Whew. I couldn't leave him, but even with two hands, yeah, it's well and truly stuck. So he's going to have to go back and get another bike. I tell you something, that's the last thing I need at the end of the day. But like I said, I couldn't leave him. But that is well and truly stuck. My good deed done for the day. Pity I was only just worse than useless. Catch my breath and last walk to the farm. And that was a long walk back. Oh, looking a bit misty and cloudy up there now. Nice and sunny where I'm going. If you enjoyed the video, really would appreciate a big thumbs up. If you want to see more days out like this, climbing the Wainwrights, over in the Lake District, hiking in Northumberland, the Yorkshire Dales, North York Moors, click on that subscribe button, because every Sunday at 2 o'clock a brand new video is out. If you enjoy seeing food reviews, hotel reviews, gear reviews, castle reviews, festival reviews, every Wednesday at 7 o'clock a midweek video goes out and you'll see all them things. So if you like any of them things, click on that subscribe button, but do it now before you forget. One other thing I'll say, it won't be too long before I'm back out again. Cheers.